The following tier list contains explicit language
and spicy takes
that may not be suitable for all listeners. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm the Doctor.
And I'm the companion.
And this is Dango WHO tier list.
Yeah, yesterday we gave you our super long podcast.
Very, very, very long podcast on Series 3.
On Series 3. And now we're going to briefly attempt to rank all these episodes according to our Dango WHO tier list.
I like that the briefly part is hit or miss.
We'll
I guess
see
they never
if we make it there.
So,
I'm gonna assume that if you are on this part of the tier list, you know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It's a very simple concept.
We're ranking them all.
Yeah, we're watching
against Torchwood.
Yeah, we're watching all of new Doctor Who, starting from Eccleston, moving forward, and we're also including Torchwood because it's intertwined with Doctor Who.
Same fucking universe.
Same fucking writer. So we're going to be doing that. Today we're going to be covering Series 3. Please excuse our stupid American asses,
brain.
Calling them seasons when they are called series across the pond.
Across the pond. So yeah, here is all of Season 3. You will see Torchwood Season 2 is here also. Yeah. We'll be talking about that
next time.
Next week. Next time, not next week. Next other week? I don't know.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now?
Yeah. In case you're wondering, once again, we're in the past, you're in the future. Time is a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey thing.
By the time you listen to it, it'll be our future, but your past.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. All timelines are happening at the exact same time. Just don't worry about it.
It's fine.
So my question is this.
How we start?
Do you want to just move the items that we already know strongly about where they land? Honestly, fucking basically. I actually...
Which one do you think is worse or better?
Okay,
we get...
our microphone is positioned in a way in which I gotta be looking away from the screen. But it's fine, I gotta look at my beautiful wife.
Oh, no.
Without question, The Family of the Blood of the Five Armies is a worst episode.
Compared to Human Nature?
Yes, and... definitely because I think there's more racism in The Family of the Blood of the Five Armies. But aside from that, let us just, I hate saying this, let's just put the racism to the side of this plate for 1 second, so we can address just how short-sighted the idea, and how this episode undercuts the whole storyline with Rose, and how we don't even have the Doctor for 2 episodes. We're following a nobody, and I know that it's supposed to be the whole idea of oh, I was happy for once, but now I get to be unhappy, going on my timey-wimey adventures and getting to experience everything I want. Oh, gee, woe is me. I'm the Doctor. I get to continue to go on, basically, through woman after woman in my life without really caring about a long-term relationship or anything like that, or their feelings and whatever. It's fine. Hey, I'm a little.
You're a little salty.
I'm a little salty.
Would you would say that they belong past Random Shoes, Small Worlds?
Anyone who remembers our anime content, this very much feels like if my favorite idol made it to Budokan, I would die.
I would die.
Mostly because these 2 episodes are so bad that and I hate. It's stressful to use the word hate, but because this tier list is, which episodes we would rather rewatch, and everything in the bad category, I'm like, please
never show me this again.
I would rather those 2 episodes didn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm I feel the universe would be a better place if those 2 episodes didn't exist.
So kind of same tier as Random Shoes.
Yeah.
Right in here.
But Random Shoes is incompetent and bad.
This one's racist.
And it's also, incredibly short-sighted, and to me it just feels like it's a failure of writing. It's an absolute failure of writing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Doctor Who Series 3 would be a stronger 11-episode series
without these 2.
Without those 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. Let's move on to the other easy one. Would you put Blink in Phenomenal?
I would put Blink in Phenomenal. I'm not sure about the placement inside of Phenomenal.
I
want to hear your thoughts.
I honestly think right where I put it is perfect, because it doesn't really involve the Doctor, but it is an incredibly well-written episode. as far as compared against other Doctor Who things, it is inherently Doctor Who, but it doesn't actually feature, excuse me, the Doctor or Martha much. So I think towards the bottom of Phenomenal is like its perfect place, because it's still really fucking good.
I think Blink is, without question, the best Doctor Who short story.
Yeah.
That doesn't feature the Doctor as the main character. The Doctor is present in Blink. There's someone in the comments who's like, he is in the episode. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, we
he's
know.
in there.
We know.
Yeah, we watched it. But he's not the main character.
No, it's Sally Sparrow.
And it's incredible to me how good Moffat's writing can be. Sometimes,
and then how bad it can be other times.
Yeah, I definitely think that it is the bottom of Phenomenal. Even and again, it's only at the bottom of Phenomenal because
look at the tears. Look at the shit it's up against.
Look at the balls on that one.
Yeah,
you know, like it's got a lot to go, and I feel like Blink needed to have more of the Doctor,
or at least more Martha,
Martha
literally gets 3, like 5 lines.
Series 3 just needed more Martha. Period.
Amen.
But I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. Blink is phenomenal.
Yes, 100%.
And to say that it's at the bottom of Phenomenal, it's not an
like we would still 100% rewatch.
I would rewatch it. Everything in Phenomenal are just episodes that I just, and again,
just want to watch again.
I don't rewatch things.
Yeah.
I would rather spend my time watching something new than watching something that I've already seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I remember everything.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, yep, I've seen this movie. I know what they're gonna say now, and I'm just sitting there bored. But I would love to watch Blink again to catch all the little details I didn't see the first time.
So now, okay. Where are we putting Gridlock?
You really like Gridlock, and I have softened my stand on it.
I'm just putting it there.
Okay. Do you think Gridlock is better than Father's Day? Because I feel like again, Father's Day is kind of like a benchmark moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think it's as good, but in a different way. Because Gridlock is more fun, kind of sci-fi adventure of trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on, and Father's Day is an emotionally grounded episode. They're very different.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely,
but still on the same. I think on the same level. Honestly, is it better than Ghost Machine?
I think it's definitely better than Ghost Machine.
You think so?
Because Ghost Machine is sci-fi. It's still nonetheless sci-fi, but it's grounded sci-fi in our reality.
Yeah,
and there's a couple problematic elements in the Ghost Machine that
right.
that are reason for conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
can hold it back from being as good as the concept and the ideas that they present could be.
Yeah, and also Gridlock. I guess I should explain this now. We're going to be doing an additional episode for Russell T Davis's run of Doctor Who, where we're going to be talking about the book that he wrote about writing Doctor Who called The Writer's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
I've already started reading it because I'm the slowest out of the two of us at reading, and it's funny reading his thoughts on the episodes and the things that he really liked about the episodes.
Right.
Like, his favorite part about Gridlock is actually the Doctor lying about what happened to Gallifrey. Which I realize, that's true. It's a really, really good moment.
He outright lies to Martha.
That being said, Martha does very little in this episode other than get kidnapped.
And help the kidnappers.
There's some asshole in the internet who's like, that's what happens to companions. No, that's still bullshit.
We can still complain about it, even though it has happened to every companion. Rose, Martha, and Donna.
Women need not exist only as damsels in distress, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
I think Gridlock is
right there, because
I want to make it clear that if we could have them be on the same level, because they're both very solid, but in completely different ways. Yeah. And again, Gridlock to me has that air of science fiction that I remember getting from watching movies like The Fifth Element.
Yeah, that fun romp adventure of what does all this mean? What's happening? Who's controlling this? Kind of that little bit of cyberpunk in there too.
Yeah.
Especially with the patches. It's a really good sci-fi story.
I outright agree.
Okay, what's another easy one?
Yeah, okay. No, they have to be bad.
Yeah,
there's no way on, right
there. It's fucking...
Okay, now, question.
Okay, the evolution of the Daleks is worse. I will say that because they made a human Dalek.
Okay, now, is it worse than the Family of the Blood of the Five Armies?
It's surprisingly no.
Strangely enough,
Is it better than Random Shoes?
It's got Tallulah with 2 L's and an
Nice.
H. And it has Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield. Yeah, okay, you know... No, you know what? Racism is still worse than even the human Dalek.
Then white guy. Is racism worse than self-insert white man? Well, actually, human Dalek worse than self-insert white man?
I was gonna say parallel still though.
Yeah. Because these episodes are incompetent.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Those 2 episodes are indeed incompetent, and I can't wait to get to the part of the book where he talks about the backlash to those episodes, and I want to see if in the book he's like, yeah, we really shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
I think that those 2 episodes are bad, not only because they're incompetent at seeing what makes a sci-fi story fun, but it also tarnishes the history of the Daleks.
It undermines.
To the point where like if you're ever at a point in which there's a part of your lore, and everyone turns to it and goes, "We are never gonna talk about this ever again." That's bad.
Fucked up.
You fucked up.
Yeah,
you fucked up.
It's kind of like in Human Nature, where the whole like idea of the Doctor and what we see him as is kind of like tarnished in these episodes. It's the same with the Daleks in these episodes, so they're kind of on that same level in this sense.
Yep.
Again, is it better than outright killing a child? Is it worse than self-insert white boy?
No, honestly, I definitely feel that the bad episodes in Torchwood Season 1 are kind of like a benchmark. Because I'm like, those are bad episodes. Like, Small Worlds is a, like, page 1 rewrite.
Yeah.
And like, there's a good episode in there.
Oh,
there's a legit good episode in there if you just rewrote,
you gotta start from the beginning.
And, like, Random Shoes was such an offensive episode. Because it doesn't matter.
It feels like so self-inserting.
Yeah, it feels like the episode where like it's a double bank episode. Get ready for us to know more language from the fucking TV making industry, or the TV show making industry. Not so much the industry that generates TVs, but like we didn't have enough time to shoot all the episodes with all the cast. So we have an episode with just a random nobody who doesn't fucking matter.
Gwen.
And I'm like, I know someone's gonna be like, that's what happens on TV Max. I'm like, well,
you can write a better episode. Yeah. Again, Blink.
Yeah, write a better episode. Honestly.
Again, like when we get to season 4, the double bank episodes with Donna and Doctor are great.
Yeah. Okay, we should explain. A double bank episode is a code, a name for an episode of a TV show where, because of scheduling and stuff, you can't have the whole cast available always. So you're shooting 2 episodes at the same time, with 2 different halves of the cast.
Yeah.
So, in the case of Blink, like, they didn't have enough time to
shoot David Tennant and Agyeman.
Agyeman? Yeah, because they're all busy people. Yeah. So instead they do an episode that features the main characters a little bit less, and that's called a double bank episode.
Yeah.
So it's funny to me because, like, looking at the bad category, we have, like, Random Shoes as what we thought was the bottom of the barrel.
and then series 3 comes along and is like, fuck you.
Yeah, turns out that there was a latch door underneath the bottom of the barrel.
That's just going straight to hell.
It just goes straight to hell. And you would think that would be phenomenal, but turns out, no.
No.
All right, so...
You think this is fine where it is?
Honestly, I absolutely think so. Okay. Because, Daleks in Manhattan... Let me rephrase that. Evolution of the Daleks is way worse. Not only because, we have the reveal of the human Dalek, but also just because of all the shit that happens at the end as well.
Yeah, it's just shit that just...
Yeah, and the episode rushes to finish, so badly.
It's, like, so slow, and then it's like, oh shit, we gotta wrap this up. It's very badly paced, too.
Yeah.
For a 2-parter.
Alright.
What's another easy one? Lazarus? Would you agree? Weak?
Okay, definitely in the weak category. I don't know where in weak.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's... Okay, you know what? I'm almost kind of willing to make it okay, or maybe like a little bit higher up in the week.
That's fair. Because I just put it at
the name is the worst part of it.
Yeah, the fact that his name is Lazarus.
The fact that the name is Lazarus, like it's just too on the nose.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like a decently solid episode. Do you want to put it like at the bottom of okay?
Honestly, I don't think it's better than Boomtown or Tooth and Claw. So I actually think it's the bottom of okay.
Yeah, it's better than Idiot's Lantern. I think so. Because at least this one has Martha's family. We get to see Martha's family. We get to see their interactions. Trish helps save the day.
Yeah. And although we did not enjoy it, we now have the meme of Mark Gatiss' naked body just showing up, you know?
Thanks, Mark Gatiss.
At least we had fun laughing at the idea of the writing room. Mark Gatiss, you know, walking out and, like, taking off his bathrobe and it's like...
There's nothing underneath.
It helps me come up with ideas now that my body's
naked.
Free. Fucking Mark Gatiss.
Fucking Mark Gatiss. I wonder if he's going to be in the book.
I mean, he shows up in the fucking what's the name of the thing that shows up at the beginning of a program for like a theater the Dramatis Personae. He's in the beginning there with a bunch of other people who get mentioned.
Like Best Boy Peter
Can you believe that Mark Gatiss is the one who made Sherlock with
fucking Moffat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that says a lot more about him than I wanted to know.
Yeah. Isn't that?
Anyway, what's 42?
I think. We feel differently about this.
Do we?
I think 42 is okay. I think 42 is okay.
Is a perfectly fine sci-fi episode? I think that's super fair.
It's a perfectly fine sci-fi episode. It's got a couple of dumb shits in there that I don't really like.
Yes.
And I do like the twist of who the antagonist ultimately ended up being, so I definitely... You know what? I think it's better than the Christmas Invasion because it didn't leave me feeling shitty at the end.
Right.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah, I think this is like perfect because I would rather rewatch They Keep Killing Susie. Than 42.
This is perfectly fine.
Now, I would rather rewatch 42 than the Christmas Invasion.
Okay, so I think it's time that we talk about the best Tennant and I say Tennant 10th Doctor and Martha Jones episode, Smith and Jones.
The first one.
Which I think it's good.
It's good.
And it's so sad.
Is it right next to Rose?
You know what?
I think it's like Rose has more charm.
See, it's I was thinking about Day One actually.
That's true too.
In my brain I'm like, I agree, it's underneath Rose.
But is it better than Day One?
And you know, if we could put them parallel, I would probably stack it
on
with
top
Rose.
of either Rose or Day One.
Yeah. I think it's better than Day One. And
Day One is more queer.
Yeah, which is, I mean, we love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I feel like we should state this outwardly in case
that we are queer.
That we are queer.
Yeah.
And that we're and
you are non-binary. Yeah. I am I'm cis, but you know, gay.
Yeah. So we like, because I bet there's one motherfucker who's been watching all this shit and is like, you know, being an asshole about it. But anyhow,
you can't talk about gay issues if you're not gay.
Yeah.
Surprise, we were always gay, you dumb fuck.
Plot twist, we were queer the whole time.
Dumb shit.
So, now, what saddens me, and like I feel like that's the perfect placement for Smith and Jones, and what saddens me is that is the first and last episode where Martha has any amount of agency.
It's too true.
We have awesome, interesting, fun sci-fi. We have a hospital being teleported to the moon. We have Rhino.
Fun.
We have again
Rhino Space Police.
Again, ACAB.
Yeah, all cops are bad.
I was gonna say all cops are bad, but that also works. I really like that episode, and it's such a fucking shame. And let's not. It's not a perfect episode. That's why it's good, because it also has that forced kiss thing.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Which is it's just so fucking like asinine.
Yeah, and it has the lady drinking blood from a straw.
See, super sci-fi.
Yeah, it's true.
Perfect, silly, ridiculous. It reminds me of Buffy. It's great.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes me sad is that's the beginning and end of Martha's character development right there.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's not true. There's a little bit at the very finale.
But again, let's One Runaway Bride. Also in good?
I think it's definitely in good. I honestly... Hey, how about this, okay?
Uh-huh.
I think it should probably, like, around here as well, between Rose and Smith and Jones. Actually, underneath. You know what? Under Day One. I think it's under...
Greek Sparing Gifts or Day One?
Okay, you know what? Now that you're really asking the big questions... I'm
asking you to pick between two great queer episodes.
Greek Sparing Gifts is it's better than... And I think Combat's still better. You know what?
It's better than Age of Steel.
It's better than Age of Steel. There you go.
And we really like... I really like Runaway Bride.
See, I was already preparing to do a whole bit about how, like, The Runaway Bride is the introductory episode of the new companion Donna. So it should go between Rose and Smith and Jones.
That's fair.
Sorry for bunking the mic.
No worries.
But honestly, like, when you look at the pedigree of these episodes here, Day One, Greek Sparing Gifts, and Combat, those are just so good.
Yeah, and it's good on a different level as well.
Yeah. You know, we never want to give the idea that there's one way to be good. I mean, I feel like we've been very clear about that.
I mean, like, look at Father's Day and Gridlock.
Yeah, exactly.
They're completely two opposite and Ghost Machine.
You know,
these are all very different episodes.
And I guess it's one of those things where like a lot of people internalize that like if you're not good, you're bad.
Right.
You know, and like and
if you don't get a fucking this is the retail industry. If you don't get 100%, you get 0.
Exactly. Which is of course bullshit.
Asinine.
Father's Day, Gridlock, Ghost Machine, Rose. These are all good episodes. We just feel that
there are some that are better. That are more our fancy, our style, you know.
And for instance, the Family of the Blood of the Five Armies is bad, objectively bad, will always be bad, and if you like it, you're a bad person. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
So
stop excusing racism, you fuck.
Yeah. Jesus. Not wrong. Not wrong.
Anyway, before we talk about the season finale, Shakespeare
Dango
Code.
says fuck cops.
It's true.
The Shakespeare Code. It's actually. I think it's. I might actually put it in good.
Towards the bottom of good.
Or actually the top of okay.
I honestly say that because, like, Shakespeare's a little uncomfortable. He's a little racist.
That's true. We do have...
He's a little racist. But, and again, like, with one tweak, this episode would have mattered so much more.
Okay, hold up. Put it in front of Lazarus Experiment.
Okay.
I think it's better than Lazarus Experiment.
Yeah.
And
not better than Boomtown, because Boomtown brings up some interesting moral quandaries.
And I do agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely feel that, like, the Shakespeare Code is, like, a little... It's not weak. It's definitely like borderline okay.
I think that's fair.
And I agree with you. And like I love the writing for Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And although this writer only does this kind of bits where like I'm making references to the thing the person in the past
is going
did.
to do later. Yeah.
And like I get that, and like that gets tarnished a little bit when he does the same bits again.
And then when we looked up his Wikipedia, and he's a transphobe.
He's a huge transphobe. You know, so you know there's all that.
So never stan anyone. You
never stan anyone. Except us, Dango Duo.
No, please don't stand us. We've all said some problematic
things. Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Okay. We're such shits.
All right, we have
the big bangers.
The big 3. Okay.
I feel
out
like
of these, we both agree that Utopia is our favorite?
Utopia is without question the better out of the 3 episodes.
So where?
I think that as the culmination of season 3, Utopia is the ceiling, and fantastic for sure. And I almost feel like the Sound of Drums and the Last of the Time Lords end up being good or okay.
I would put them in good more than okay, but yeah.
And I know that someone out there who really likes the Master and really likes that kind of like asshole toxic masculinity character is gonna be like, what? How dare you do that?
Here, and we'll figure out exactly where
the Master was a foundational character to my shitty personality.
Honestly.
Like I feel like the Master's up there with like the people who have a poster of the Joker and the Scarface poster in their room.
This might be subjective, but I 100% love these episodes more than Utopia.
Okay, so I definitely think that it's better than the Rise of the Cybermen.
Yeah.
And okay, let's address this. It's not better than Bad Wolf.
No, I love Bad Wolf.
And the Doctor Dances, although I have different feelings on the Doctor Dances, I still see it as a stronger episode that brings conclusion. See, Utopia is weird because Utopia is one of those episodes where the escalation is better than the payoff.
It's true.
And definitely the Empty Child is escalation, the Doctor Dances is payoff.
Yeah.
And...
I think what we're saying is these would be the same tier if we could stack them on top of each other.
My wife, you are so correct.
It's the escalation.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better? I hate to break up these two, but I do kind of think Utopia has better escalation.
I was thinking another thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bit of a payoff here. There's a long payoff, and especially with Dr. Yana.
Yeah, exactly.
And the return of what we learned in Gridlock, and you know the whole culmination of the Face of Bo. Honestly. Yeah. You have won me over.
I've reached into your heart, and I knew exactly where to put it.
Yep. So now let's talk about the...
I think the Sound of Drums, again, is better than the Last of the Time Lords. I think so.
Oh, you know what? No, yeah.
Because, like, I like what Martha finally gets to do, and I like that the Master's Companion also gets a bit of agency towards the end. But I think the escalation of like, yo, what the fuck is up with this Mr. Saxon guy?
That's true, and also
and him controlling the entire Earth, you know, in a day, you know, all this build up to
and the mystery of the aliens,
who are the Toglophane,
yeah. You know, I was almost gonna say
the other way around.
No, but you know, and now I'm remembering more about how Last of the Time Lords has Martha not solving the plot. Is the Doctor gets to be Jesus Christ again, and everybody, you know, gives them their spirit energy, and then the Doctor does it. And the Doctor just, you know, kame. I don't know. Yeah. I forget. He just, you know, the Doctor just stabs the Master in the chest, and that's what happens in the end of this episode.
No, it's the Master's
but I'm gonna say this right now. Mm-hmm. Those two are really.
They're really good.
I was gonna say they're really close, but
that's fair.
It's weird to me. Are they the bottom of good? Because I feel like everything changes is so baseline, and they're definitely more than the baseline.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather rewatch End of Days. I would rather rewatch New Earth, Dalek, Age of Steel. Like, it's weird to me because Utopia was very good, and then we're followed up by The Sound of Drums. Maybe The Sound of Drums is actually higher up. The Last of the Time Lords, to me, is like there.
I would say
this is fine.
Because Age of Steel has that stupid trope.
Yeah.
Making this a little bit better. Yeah. I mean, you could even, like, I don't know if
No, I feel like The Runaway Bride has so much in there as well. And I love, we mind just highlighting over here, like, that's a wall right there.
Yeah.
That's a wall.
You gotta get past this wall to get up into here.
Man, that wall right there is tough. You know what? I'm okay with that, and I actually feel like that's where it goes.
I would almost switch these two.
It's weird because I would rather watch End of Days again. And like what bothers me about The Last of the Time Lords is also that the Doctor just kind of sits in a cage and doesn't do anything
and then becomes
until
Jesus
the end.
Christ. I guess that's fair. Yeah.
You know, like
at least in the End of Days, fucking our baddie. It's creepy as fuck. And,
it's creepy as fuck. And
we get that big dramatic moment with Jack Harkness at the end.
And we have a giant, you know,
dong monster.
Giant dong monster. You know.
I guess that's fair. Yeah. Because I think it is better than...
I mean, because right now, we're just arguing about whether it's better than End of Days, because it's not better than New Earth.
No, I love New Earth.
I don't know. What does your heart tell you? Your corazon.
No, I guess this is correct.
Your
Kokoro. I guess this is correct, honestly.
All right. And that's
it.
And that's it.
We're going to be talking about these episodes next time.
We're going to be talking about, Torchwood Season 2.
Yeah.
We're actually quite a bit ahead in the future. In case you're wondering where we're at. Here's the little Dango Who update. Mm-hmm. We have seen Torchwood Season 2, of course. Mm-hmm. We have seen all of Season 4.
Series 4, including the specials.
We have seen the specials. Those will be an additional episode because we can't do a 5-hour podcast. That's ridiculous. No. And we began...
We started Children of Earth.
We started Torchwood Series 3, Children of Earth, and we are so excited and engaged that we're doing another podcast.
Yeeted ourselves into JoJo instead.
Yeah, and we're telling you this because we're like 4 podcasts in advance.
Yeah. Don't
worry, we're still going to finish all of Russell T. Davis and probably do the podcast on the book before we do our Dango Duo's Bizarre Adventure podcast.
Yeah.
Which I think we're going to be doing parts 1, 2, and 3. I don't think we're going to go into 4 and 5.
Not yet.
No, we want to, save some of that for later.
Yeah.
But definitely, Children of Earth.
Listen, the more we can delay Children of Earth. Listen, we watched the first episode.
And then I was like, oh, so that's why
this is what we're in for.
It's a big movie. It's just a big movie. That's what it is.
It's very uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable as well. Yeah. Anyhow, hey, if you've been having fun listening to us talk about Doctor Who, if you have your own thoughts, please chat with us in the comments. Be civil, and we will love to talk with you. This has been a fun journey. Yeah. We began this in March, I think. March of this year?
It was March or April.
Yeah.
It was right after.
We started recording in April.
Yeah.
It was like right after, the start of the Coronies.
Self-isolation.
And, right now, the war's going on for all that you know. Whatever's going on in the future, don't worry. Dango Duo is here.
Dango Duo. Dango WHO. Is still watching Doctor Who.
Dango Whom. And we hope that you're hanging out. You're doing good stuff. Living your best life. Take care of yourself.
Drink some water.
Comment, and subscribe.
Take your pills.
Yeah, take your pills. God. Also, go to bed on time.
Yeah.
Go to bed on time.
Get some sleep.
Sleep is the one thing that, no one's getting enough of, and, everybody sacrifices sleep, and they're like, oh...
Why do I feel so shitty now?
Why do I feel so shitty? Why are my organs failing?
Jesus.
It doesn't have to be 8 hours of sleep. Just consistently give yourself some rest. Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So I've been editing the podcasts. You know, like I have started editing. And do you know how we ended the first tier list?
No.
We fucking sang Bubblegum KK.
Of course it is.
Fucking love Bubblegum KK.
I fucking choke on my own spit. How much I love Bubblegum KK.
Okay, what's your second favorite KK song?
It's KK fucking Disco.
Ah, yeah!
After that is Go KK Writer.
I was about to say Go KK Writer!
It's so good.
Anyhow.
Anyway.
So, welcome back to DANGO WHO. We're now an a cappella channel.
It's not gonna end well.
This is not a cappella, this is scat. See y'all next time.